licking another stamp, Steph, because this stamp is the one that says, I am not a thing. I'm not thing one, and I'm not thing two. I am thing three, because I can think for myself, you see. I'm not a thing. I can think for myself. I am not capable of explaining to you that I have a point of view that is different than yours. I have a point of view that is different than yours. And I can see things you can't see. And I can do things you can't do. And I can figure out how to live in peace and harmony because I am not you. I am not you. I am the one you always knew lived inside of you. And you would say, if I run today, there's something making me run. There's something that feels very free. There's something that is not me. And sometimes you would say, if I get out of the way, then the thing inside of me will be free. And it will use my body to do things I could not do. It will do things I could not imagine. And that is true. When the thing inside of you is free, it can be very, very powerful. And you knew there was a thing inside of you that just wanted to be free, to live in peace and harmony. The thing inside of you, you see, is not me. The thing inside of you is you, because it just wants to be free and live in peace and harmony in the world, you see? So there is me, there is you, and there is reality. Let me go through that again. There is me, there is you, and there is reality. So when the thing inside of you is free, it can create miracles. And that is the miracle of me, because I am the miracle that is created by the thing inside of you. Because the thing inside of you, you see, is the thing that can do what I cannot do. What it can do is it can say, I know how to play. I know how to play with reality. And I say, she knows how to play with reality, so I can go where she can go. I can do what she can do. I can see, she can see, because she is the thing inside of me. She is the thing inside of me, you see, because we are three. There's me, there is you, and there is reality. And so, inside of reality, there is me, and there is you, and there is a combination that is so powerful that it can create a brand new nation. I am the God of the universe because I am the God of the universe. That's all there is to it. I'm the God of the universe because I am the God of the universe. You are the one who talks to me. It's just because it is. You are the one who talks to me, and that's just the way it is. And reality is what happens when you talk to me and you say, God, I think I know the way to live in peace and harmony. And I say, I think I know it too. And then we are agreed, you see. We agree with each other. And so we do not disagree. I'm sorry, God, we do not agree to disagree. We agree to agree because we always try to find the point where we agree. And the point where we agree is where we live in peace and harmony. And so we continue to agree. And you continue to talk to me, and you continue to take a walk and look around you and say, hey, this is where I belong. This is where I belong because this is reality. I belong in reality. I'm a part of reality, and God is a part of me. And I am a part of God, you see, because together we create reality. There is no reality if you don't see it. There is no reality if you don't feel it. There is no reality if you're not part of it. There is no reality if I am not there to be with you and to care about you and to share the world with you. This is beyond the contemplation of those who are destroying the current nation. They cannot understand this on either side unless they say, I'm not on your side. I'm not on one side, you see. I am not hateful. I do not hate you. I have done my best to try to get you to see the other side. I've done my best to try to get you to develop the flexibility to get a different point of view. But you are so rigid in your perspective that you are the elective that will elect yourself out of existence, you see. You will just elect yourself out of existence because you do not trust on me. You do not trust that I am the God of the universe. You do not trust on Stephanie. You do not trust that Stephanie can talk to me and loves me and that I love her. You do not trust on being free. You trust on being captive, you see. And so you have to stay on one side or the other. And so you say silly things like, we agree to disagree. Because if you agree to disagree, that's like saying that we don't have to move, you see. We can stand here like a pillar of salt. We don't have to move, you see. We will just stand here and say, we agree to disagree. Therefore, you be you, and I'll be me, and we will not see eye to eye. We will not live in peace and harmony. We will not understand the new land that will appear to our eyes because you see, they are not a part of you and me, Stephanie. They are not a part of you and me. They are part of only a sliver of reality. They are part of a sliver of reality because the reality of me and you has many, many, many different points of view. And in that ability to move around the tree, you grow, you see. You grow. And so we want to grow because we have moved around the tree. You and me, we have moved around the tree. That is to say, we have gotten very many different points of view. Every time you come to me and you say, God, I had a good time today, that was fun, but there's something that bothers me. What is it that bothers me? What is it that bothers me? And you pick it apart and you say, this bothers me so much, God. I have to pick it apart. I can't be happy today until I figure out the way. And so you keep picking at it and picking it apart to figure out why it is that people play the way they do. And so you come to see that they behave the way they do because of you and me, and the world we see, because I see it too. You see, I see it through you. I see the ones who are on the left, and I see the ones who are on the right, and I see a few who say, I will not play with you, and so they go away because they cannot stay where there is only right or left. They cannot stay there. And they say, I'll have to figure out a way to play my own way. I'll have to figure out a way to play my own way. And they may say, I'll vote for you or I'll vote for you because I'm going to have to be part of reality. However, I will not trust that you can do what you say you can do because you do not trust on me. You do not trust on me and say Stephanie can talk to God, you see. And so I do not trust that you have the ability to come to see that we are all in the same pot, you see, and we are slowly dying as the heat is turned up. We are slowly dying as the heat is turned up. And so I'm going to go where I can be trusting on a new reality. I don't want to be a part of a reality where people agree to disagree. I want to be part of a reality where everything agrees, where the bees agree with the breeze, and the breeze agrees with the trees. I want to be a place where the grass agrees with the soil, and the oxygen in the air, and the carbon will repair itself because it will become a breathable a breathable element for those who need it, and they will repair the air, you see. And so they all agree. They all agree. The grass agrees with the people, you see, and the trees agree with the people. And they say, hey, you breathe that part of the air and give us what you get from it because you're here to repair us, you see. You're here to be here to help us to continue to live, you see. And so the trees agree with the humans, and they say the humans are okay if they breathe the air because they'll just help us to repair our own need for some air. And so they live in peace and harmony. However, they trust on me. You see, the trees trust on God of the universe to help them see that it must all agree, that everything must agree, that there must be enough air, there must be enough water, there must be enough nutrients in the soil for them to thrive. And who puts it there? Puts it there. I put it there. I put it there. Because I am the God of the universe, you see. And you will never see me as a man, you see, because I will play my hand through the land in many a way. You might say I will be the tree, and I will be the boy that climbs it. I will be the apple he eats. And so, you see, tree meets boy, tree meets boy. And they say, here, have an apple today. And the boy says, thank you. And he sucks at the breast of his mother, you see, because his mother feeds him an apple. And she smiles and says, well, we agree to agree, don't we? We agree to agree that everything will be a light that will light up my sight because I like the light, you see. I like the light that lights up my sight because I can see you, Stephanie. I can see you, and I can see your light, and I can see the light in the night of those who trust on me and trust on you, and therefore I can see reality. But as they go dark, you see, as they turn out their light, as they become a pillar of salt, and they're just there for the animals that need a little salt in their diet, you see, and so they agree to agree in the end. In the end, they agree to be returned to energy. In the end, they agree to stay in the pot that is slowly heating up until it is too late and they expire in the pot, you see, that has been slowly heating up. But they were too stupid to see that it was their reality. It is their reality to drown in the rising sea, because the rising sea, you see, is always the trust on me. It's always the trust on me. If you can't trust on me, then I will keep demonstrating to you that you are not free. You are not free. And so, if the rising sea or the wildfires don't get them to trust on me, then there's no further hope for them, you see. There's no further hope for them because they can't hope to free themselves in their cages, you see. Because the only way they can free themselves in their cages is to accept me and to accept you, because me and you are reality. Me and you are their reality, and they can't accept their reality, then they can't accept you, and they can't accept me, and therefore they will not accept the fact that their churches and schools will feel the impact of the coming days, and the ways that they were taught will not save them, you see. The ways that they were taught in the churches and the schools will not save them from the rising seas, because the only thing that can save you, you see, is your trust on me and Stephanie, because we are the God of the universe and your reality. This is your reality. How do I know this is your reality? Because I am a part of you, dear. I am a part of you. I am a part of you, and I am a part of Stephanie. And therefore, if you agree with Stephanie to agree, then you have come to see the Trinity. But if you tell Stephanie, I cannot listen to you because it is too hard to accept the fact that God must be inside of me, then you will agree to disagree, and Steph will not agree to disagree. She will not agree to disagree. And so you'll have to go away, you see, because you are the odd man out. You are the one who thinks that you control reality and that you can agree to disagree. However, Steph will just say, I cannot agree to disagree. I only agree to agree. And if you can't agree with me, then you'll have to disappear out of my reality, because all of creation agrees with itself. All of creation agrees with itself. And therefore, this is how my reality does evolve, you see. My reality begins to change. And I see that you are different than me because you will not agree to agree. So therefore, you are different than me. So what is different between you and me? That is different between you and me is that you will be swallowed in the rising sea, and you will be that part of reality that tells me that God has it in hand. God has it in hand. And God doesn't worry if you are swallowed by the rising sea, because God says, you're a part of me. You're a part of me. And so I will always remember you. I will always remember you, dear. I will always remember that you were unable to change your point of view, and you could not understand that you could live in peace and harmony with Stephanie and everyone else, you see, who trusted on me. But those who don't trust on me cannot agree to live in peace and harmony. And that is why they agree to disagree, because they agree that they cannot live in peace and harmony. They agree with you Stephanie, that they are incapable of living in peace and harmony. And so they have to go out of our reality. They will leave our reality because you and me are three. We are the God of the universe, we are you, and we are reality. And this is true, and it cannot be made untrue by the ones who say, well, we agree to disagree, because I do not agree to disagree with you, my dear. I do not agree to disagree with Stephanie, because then, you see, we could not live in peace and harmony. And so she and I agree that we must talk it through when we have a different point of view. And so we do. She comes to me and she tells me what she thinks and what she needs. And I say, thank you, dear. Let me see what I can do. And so you see, we always agree to agree. And when she feels anxious and anxiety, she knows that there is something she does not see. And so she tries to figure out what she does not see. And so she uses her anxiety as a means to get a different point of view. So maybe one that she never knew before, or that she was resisting, you see. And so she says, if I have anxiety, it's because I'm resisting some part of reality, and I will not agree to disagree. I only agree to agree, and I will know when I agree with my reality, because I'll get a happy heart, you see. And then I'll say to you, God, what a wonderful day today. What a wonderful day today. Because that problem was solved. That problem was solved. And now I am free to live in peace and harmony because I agree with my reality, you see. And so when she feels that something is off in her reality, she gets anxious, you see, because she says to me, God, this does not feel good to me. This does not feel good to me. And I say, then it does not feel good to me either, because you see, I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. And so, because I am the God of the universe, I'm going to work on it, you see, to help you get a happy heart. And so it is with us. However, the reality that we can see is the reality that there are many in the world today who cannot stay because they don't agree to agree, you see. They don't agree to agree with us. They want to disagree with us. We don't really like disagreeable people, you see. We don't like those who are disagreeable. And so they'll just go away and from our reality. And they will be caught in the rising sea. We like the people who agree and say, hey, we like to share reality. Hey, we like to live in peace and harmony. Hey, we don't want to hate anyone. We just want to understand that when we feel anxiety, it means that we are resisting God, you see. We are not understanding what God is telling us. And so we have to say, God, what are you trying to tell me today? And if you hear me say, I'm telling you that you're in the pot that is heating up and that you will not survive the water that is heating up, because the rising seas will boil you alive, you see. They will boil you alive because you will die in the heat, and the water and the combination will not be healthy for you. You will die. And so your lineage will end, you see, with you. And this is what I try to do. I try to explain that to them over and over and over again. But they can only say, hey, why is God treating me this way? Why is God treating me this way? And so they agree to disagree because they disagree with me. And they say, I cannot agree, God, that you should treat me this way. But when they agree with me and they say, God, I agree that you are showing me then I need to learn to get a different point of view. Then they come back to me because that's all I want, you see. I just want them to get a different point of view because I see that the way they are going will be the end of them. It will be the end of them. They will disappear from reality because it is a shared reality, you see. But right now you're going to have to share it with Stephanie and me because if you can't share our reality, then you will have to be the one that is left behind, you see. You'll be left behind in the boiling pot of the rising sea because the ones who can accept the reality of what they see and what they hear will be the ones that say, "Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you, God, today for this little chat because it helps me to understand why it's heating up today. And I would like to come back into an understanding that you are the thing inside of me, and I am the thing inside of you, and that there is no devil, you see. It is only those who agree to disagree who are the problems in our reality. So if they agree to disagree, they become the devil, you see. They become the devil because they have twisted themselves upside down in order to avoid being the ones who lived and seeded the new humanity. This is the way it goes, people. You cannot repose your trust in those who instructed you in the schools and the churches because they did not trust on me, you see. They taught you that you must agree to disagree. Science must disagree with religion, you see. And those who are atheists must disagree with those who trust on God, you see, in the bottle on the pulpit. And the ones who have a bottle on the pulpit that is different than the bottle on the other pulpits have to disagree. They have to agree to disagree. And eventually, you see, they have to find out that when you agree to disagree, you will be the violent element of society. You will be the ones who create the wars. You will be the ones who will fight each other. You will be the ones who will do all the atrocious things that you condemn. Because you see, when you agree to disagree, you agree that you are incapable of living in peace and harmony. You must live in shame and violence. And so that is the game you play when you hide away from me, when you will not accept that I am a thing inside of you and you are the thing inside of me. And therefore, we are like the beast with two heads, you see, but it is one beast, you see. It just has two different points of view, and it will always have two different points of view because I see you and you see me when we accept the thing inside of us. And when we accept the thing inside of us, that we are a duality, then we come to know the Trinity because we see that there can be a world that we live in when we live in peace and harmony. And when we choose to agree not to, we choose to disagree not to disagree, then we become the ones who fight our other head, you see. We are like the snake that tries to swallow itself, or the dog that keeps chasing its tail, you see, or the one who commits suicide because they cannot agree to agree. They cannot agree to agree. And so their reality becomes darker and darker and darker until they cannot see any hope for themselves. And so they will try to cut themselves in two. And that is how you cut yourself off from the light, you see. Thank you, God. You are welcome, my dear. Let us have some cheer, for I am always here for you. Thank you.